Okay, so Sarah and Mendy, we've done now the first day, the second day, and the third day of Bereshis when Hashem made the world. Now we're gonna do the fourth day. So we start pasuk Yud Daled. Vayimer, and he said, Elokim Ebershter Yehi. There should be Ma'ayres, bodies that give light. That means not the light, but the sun itself or the moon itself, things in the sky that give light. Birakia, in the sky. Hashamayim, the sky. We said Rakia and Shemayim are just two words for sky. They have a little bit of difference, but we'll discuss that another time. Lahavdil, to separate, Bain, between, Hayom, the day, Uvein, and between, Halayla, the night. V'hayu, and they will be, Le'esais, as signs. Le means to, but here it means as. Eisais are signs, and Eis is a sign, like we put on tefillin because it's an Eis between us and Hashem. Ola Mayadim, and for times. Ola Yamim, and for days. Vishanim, and years. What's going on here? Hashem says to put bodies of light, which means stars, big balls in the sky that give off light. And one of them would be the sun and one of them would be the moon. So what happened the other days? We said that even in the other days there was day and there was night. There was some time when there was a lot of light, and there was some time when there was a lot of darkness. But the light wasn't coming from any certain thing. It was a special light. And the darkness was just there. Now, there was a time, there was a day with the sun, and there was a night with the moon, where there'd be a little bit of light, but mostly dark. And they will be as signs that when sometimes there's an eclipse, which means the moon turns red because the sun passes over it, and that could be a sign of something that's going to happen. Or the moon blocks the sun, and that could be a sign that for the nations of the world, that's not really a good sign. For Yidden, it's okay because we have Hashem's protection. Olam Mayadim, and they should be for times, which means that we know when there's the new moon, when the moon becomes small and starts over again, and it's at the end of the summer, so we know that then comes Rosh Hashanah. When the moon is big, in middle of the month of Nisan, then we know that it's Pesach, when the moon turns completely big. But we only check when the moon restarts. Every 30 days the moon gets smaller and stops and then restarts, the light of the moon. Or it becomes completely dark, and then the next day it restarts really. And they should be for days. What's a day? First there's darkness, and then there's light. There's night, and then there's day, and that's one complete day. And then when the darkness comes back, it's the next day. So the sun and the moon and how everything works, that's how we count the days, and that's why Hashem made them. Olashalim, and for years, when the sun goes completely around the earth once, that's a full year. And you see that from the seasons. In the winter, the sun is farther from the earth. In the summer, the sun is closer to the earth. That's why on the other side of the earth, like in Australia, when it's summer here, it's winter there, and when it's winter here, it's summer there, because when the sun is closer to here, it's farther from there. We'll do the pasuk again. Vayemer, and he said, Elokim Ebershter Yehi, there should be. Look inside, at the word that starts Yud, Hey, Yud, that's Yehi. Now, Me'eres, bodies of light, that means balls of light. Birakia, in the sky. Hashamayim, the sky. Lehavdil, to separate. Bain, between. Hayom, the day. Ha is the, Yom is day. Uvein, and between. U is like v, it's and vein is between. Halayla, the night, v'hayu, and they will be. That's the v again, which is and. So we said v could be and, or u could be and. It's just the vav with the dot being different. Hayu, they should be. Le'aisais, as signs. We said le is usually two, but here it's as, that these bodies, the sun and the moon should act as signs of when things are supposed to happen. Ula mayadim, and as times, which we explained when the moon gets smaller, it's the beginning of the month. When it starts again, it's the beginning of the month. Ula yamim, and for days, vishanim, and years. You know that a day is done when you had night and then you had day. And now comes the next day. And years when the sun has completed a whole cycle around the world. Pasuk Tezvav, v'hayu, and they will be lim eireis, as light, as bodies of light, as things that give off light. Birikia, in the sky, hashamayim, the sky, leha'ir, to give light, al, on, ha'aretz, the land, vayehi, and it was, chen, and it was so. Chen here is so. Chen usually means yes, but it also means yes, it was like this. Hashem said it should be like this. Hashem said there should be these two lights in the sky, and it was like this. Pasuk Tez Zayin. Vayas, and he made. Va is and, just like v and u. Ya before a word means he. And asay is to do. So vayas is and he made. Elokim Eibishter Eshnei, two. We said es doesn't have any meaning. It just shows that the next word is going to be important. Shnei is two. Ham Eireis, the bodies of light. Hagedolim, the big ones. Hagadol means the big. Hagdolim means there were a few big things. Here there's two big things. Shnei Me'eres Gdoles. Two big Me'eres, two big bodies of light. Es HaMa'er, the body of light. Hagadol, the big one. Lememsheles, for ruling, means for ruling like a king rules, but here the sun gives everything that's needed during the day. Ha-yom, the day, ve'es, and ha-ma'er, the body of light, ha-katoin, the small one, le-memsheles, for ruling, ha-laila, the night. In other words, it makes all of the, it only does what Hashem wants, but it makes all of the ways of the world that are needed for light, that for night. That at night there's only this amount of darkness or that amount of darkness. The S and HaKeichavim, the stars. Keichavim are stars. Now first it says Hashem made two big bodies of light. Two big bodies that would give off light. Two big balls in the sky that would give off light. And then it says, and the big one was the sun, and the smaller one was the moon. So was it two big bodies, or was it a big one and a small one? So the answer is they're both big, but the sun is bigger than the moon. And then there's a deeper answer. There were two big bodies, the sun and the moon. And the moon came and said, but Hashem, there can't be two rulers at the same time. So Hashem said, you're right. Become smaller. And because of that, the moon is connected with us, that we're supposed to do whatever Hashem wants. And then Hashem gave the moon a special present. He gave him all the stars around him. He gave it all the stars around it to make up for that. We'll do the pasuk again. Pasuk Tez Zayin. That's pasuk 16. We're getting somewhere. Vayas, and he made Elikim Eibishter es shnei two hameires, the bodies of light, hagedolim, the big ones, es hamer, the body of light, hagodil, the big, lemem sheles, for ruling, hayim, the day. For ruling means he would set up all of the things that are needed for the day. It would show the world how to act for the day. The S and Hammer, the body of light, Hakotain, the small, Lemem Shales, for ruling Halayla, the night. The S and Hakeichavim, the stars. Vayitain, and he gave. It's an important word. Vayitain, and he gave. Oisam, them. Elikim, Eibishter, Birkiya, in the sky. Hashamayim, the sky. Lahair, to light, to give light. Al, on haaretz, the land. And Hashem gave them into the sky, put them into the sky. That's what it means. He gave it into the sky. Like you put something somewhere as a present to somebody. So Hashem put them in the sky so that they could give light to the ground. The sky up there doesn't really need them. But they're in the sky so that they could give light to the ground. The ground needs it down here. Because when the sun shines, plants grow. That also means that it rules. It helps make things on the earth happen. And when the moon shines, there's light in the earth. There's a little bit of light even during the dark night because of the moon and the stars. That's before they had street lamps. And in a lot of places there are no street lamps. And the only light is the moon and the stars. And the street lamps could go out. But Hashem's lights, the moon and the stars, never go out. Sometimes they're blocked by clouds, but there's still some light from them. If they're blocked by clouds, that's also what Hashem wants. Now Pasuk Yud Ches. Velimshil, and to rule bayom, in day, really means in the day, uva laila, and in night, ula havdil, and to separate, bain, between, ha'er, the light, uvein, and between, ha'cheshech, the darkness, vayar, and he saw Elikim Eibishter, ki, that Toiv, good. So they were made to rule during the day and the night, and to separate between the light and the darkness, between the time of day when there's a lot of light, and when there's just a lot of, and when there's mostly darkness, which is at night. And Hashem saw that it was good. So again, Velim Shel, and to rule Bayom, in day, meaning in the day. Uva laila, and in night, ula havdil, and to separate bain, between, ha'er, the light, uvein, and between, ha'cheshech, the darkness, vayar, and he saw Elikim Eibishter, ki, that, toiv, good. And now the last pasuk, Yud Tes. Vayehi, and it was Erev, evening. Vayehi, and it was Vayker, morning. Yom, day. Revi'i, 4. So that's what happened on the 4th day of creation. Hashem made the sun and the moon and the stars, and he put them in the light in the sky to give us light, and he saw that it was good. And then Vayehi, and it was Erev, evening. Vayehi, and it was Vayker, morning. We said Baiker is usually morning, but when it's connected to the word before, you put a vase instead of a base. And the word Vayehi has a line next to it connecting it to the word Vaiker. Yom, day, Revi, 4.